Welcome to a new video about the Korg Kronos. Today I want to show you how you can use the PCG Tools software to combine sounds from yourself and others. I've shown you how to do this directly on the Kronos in another video, but with this tool it's much more convenient. Unfortunately, it's a Windows tool that doesn't run on Mac. Since I now have a Mac M1 here, I'm running the whole thing in a virtual machine on Windows 11. Some things still aren't working yet. I just installed a new update for Windows 11. Maybe it'll work now. Let's see. I won't show everything today, but at least the basic functionality. Now we can already see the PCG Tools program here, and first I'll just open a file. So now I would choose a file where I already have several sounds in it so you can see it properly. So this here is my PCG file. Up here I see programs, combis, setlist, wave sequences, drum kits, drum patterns and all patches, and then all the banks here. You'll always find my sounds under programs here and under combis always here. So now down here we see a row of functions that we can use. I'm not going to show you anything there, but now let's move on to copying. For that I open up. So let's assume that you got this file from me or someone else, the one you just opened, then you open your own file. I'm going to open an empty one now, just to show you. Now of course you could go ahead and copy everything back and forth one by one, but the program actually makes it pretty easy for you. We click here on the sound or sounds that we want to copy. Sorry, I'm not entirely familiar with the keyboard shortcuts. So 2 sounds. Then I click here on copy. I then go into my PCG file under combi. I was here under combi. Pick a bank where I want to paste it. I'll just choose bank C for now. Click here, click on paste, and the 2 sounds, the 2 combinations are already there. If I now click on programs, I can select a program bank here. Always one EXI and one HD1 if you use sounds from these. Click on it, again on paste, and it moves all the HD1 sounds that are in the combi, so all the programs, into it. If I do the same with EXI, it works as well. And the nice thing is, it keeps the references intact. That means if I now copy these sounds into a different bank than before, the combi recognizes this and knows exactly where they are now. So for example, if I know I don't have much space left, I don't load several combis at once, but fewer. And then of course I also have fewer programs that I need to fit in. And this way I can easily mix my sounds. What you could also do, which makes more sense with the combis, is select all, click on sort here, and then you can sort the sounds. Either by name, then by category, by title, or whatever else you want. I'll sort by name now. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for me yet. I assume that this works in older versions of Windows, but I haven't used this function there. That's one thing, for example, that unfortunately doesn't work on Windows 11. I'll open the file again now and show a few more things. I'm opening up a file once again where I actually have a bit more content to work with this time. Now I'm going back to combis. Since this sorting function doesn't work for me right now, I could sort like this instead. I click on the sound or the combo, and then I can simply move it up or down using these buttons. It's annoying, but it works too. If I want to delete something, for example, if I want to delete the sound, I click on clear and then the sound disappears. Of course, I don't actually want to do that, so I'm not going to save. Unfortunately, there isn't a back button. That's a bit annoying, but oh well. Now I could also click on timbre here, then it shows me which individual sounds are included in this combination. And a few basic settings, so first the individual zones, the category, the volume, the status, whether internal, external or off, mute, no, timbre priority, the MIDI channel, the key zone, velocity zone, where it comes from in C mode, whether I've transposed, whether I've detuned, portamento, whether that's coming from the program or decided in the combination, and the pitch bend. Then I can also click on edit here and adjust a few things. I can change the name here, I can change the category if I want, and I can change the subcategory. Down here I can copy, I've already done that, and I can cut as well. If I want to move it completely, then I click on cut here. When I move it to paste, it's clear. Then here I can use generate list to create lists with all the sounds I have, or I can select specific multi-sounds that I want to include. I can create a patch list here or a programs list, which means I can see in which combinations my programs are used. I can also choose the output format, then I just click and it gets created. But for me, the most important thing here is the simple copying and moving back and forth of programs and combinations. Unfortunately, what doesn't work is the integration of samples. That's a bit of a shame, but I don't want to complain. It's definitely a really big help. And down here we can also see how many programs I have. I have 68 programs in 3 banks, 19 combinations in 1 bank, then setlist slots, and 425 drum patterns, which apparently haven't been deleted. Here you can change the language if you want to. For that you have to restart. Then of course it won't say copy anymore, but kopieren. You can adjust quite a few settings in the options. I don't really want to go into detail about that now, just to show that it's possible. For example, storage locations for the lists or how cut, copy and paste are handled. You can also take a closer look at that in detail. How things are sorted, what the default is for the Korg Trinity category A and category B, those are actually the important things here. You can change the columns, but that's just appearance and not so important in my view. Tools, as mentioned, here is the list generator again, program reference changer, which I haven't needed so far. Up here, of course, you also have cut, copy and then paste. Here you can find the settings again. Yes, those are the things you can do with it. I hope, or rather I'm quite sure that it runs much better on older versions of Windows. Yes, I hope I was able to help you a bit with this video. If you also use the tool, feel free to leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it.